Welcome to the premiere of the Girltaku Show. We're your hosts. I'm Pika, also known as Pika Swoosh.
And I'm Lo, also known as Radiantly Low. And today we have, for our first guest for the premiere of Girltaku, the one, the only, the amazing content creator and cosplayer, the Rinnegoddess. Ah! And the crowd goes wild. The crowd goes wild.
We'll start off with a brief introduction. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to people that are watching that may not know who you are?
My name is Kayla, online known as Rinnegoddess, and I'm on TikTok, Instagram. I cosplay, I do sketches, and I'm also a partner on Twitch, and I just dress up and I'm a clown on the internet, basically.
What is the Rinnegoddess Big 3?
Like me, like my faves? Oh, okay.
Yeah, what is the Rinnegoddess Big 3?
Obviously JoJo's, and Naruto, and Bleach. Those are my three. Those are the three that I just have continuous brain rot for, and I just love them. Bleach, JoJo's, Naruto.
They shaped you.
It's
as a
who
person.
I am. Who I am because of those shows.
I remember, I think it was DreamCon 2 years ago. Somebody asked you a question about Naruto,
Oh my
and
god,
you were like going
where the meme came
in.
from.
I always have to brag about the origin of this meme because we're at the movies. We're like 30 deep at the Thor Love and Thunder showing in Texas. Some innocent human being goes up to Kayla and asks her a question about Naruto.
This is not an innocent
Big
question.
mistake.
No, that I forget what exactly it was, but it was not.
Oh, I have the video. We'll roll a clip.
They ain't supposed to eat ramen. They supposed to have vegetables. And Kakashi said, eat your vegetables. Nah. I'm sorry.
Kakashi let him drink some. Look, if he was a woman, he wouldn't went up to him. That's like his nephew.
Oh my God, Rinnegoddess is my biggest fan. He didn't act like it.
You got a point. I'm just saying,
I don't
though.
lie.
He was boxing, though. He got some hands. So you're not that box.
I'm sorry, I just can't defend yours. First of all, and then the dumbass knows what Donzo was doing. He halfway know. What the fuck he got a crystal ball for? That's my main thing.
I hate Donzo.
He made sure he saw fucking Naruto do sexy jutsu, that little nasty asshole. He saw him do that shit, that fucking pervert.
Yeah, it was wild as fuck for that.
But you don't see him getting picked on. You don't see him literally starving, eating spoiled milk, ramen noodles, sodium. Motherfucker, sodium.
And this is where this iconic Rinnegoddess meme came from. You're welcome, internet. We love how passionate you are about like these shonen bro shows, but you just like eat everyone up every time. Like every debate, every
'Cause
like
I come with facts.
conversation. Yeah. You're like about your shit every time.
I have a Naruto like official fact book. And I regularly go through it. I'm like, yeah, this is okay. I gotta remember this.
I thought you were about to say you wrote it.
I should have, but no, it's like an official.
Honestly,
It's an official book. I've like even on stream pulled it out. Like, oh, what? This is your opinion? You're wrong. This is why. And I go to like the whole character profile. And I'm like, see, it's bad. It's bad. I mean, my whole name is a Naruto reference, so I don't know what people expect. So
since we are on the topic of shonen anime, and you give off the biggest protagonist energy I ever did see on the internet, what do you think your ability would be if you had a Bankai, Nin, or a Stan?
Oh, I would have a Stan. I feel like I would definitely have a Stan. It's very hard for me to like come up with powers. I'm like just not creative in that way at all. Like that's why it takes me forever to like think of a stand for Rodeo Roller. But it would definitely be for something very like selfish. It wouldn't be like a crazy like elemental stand. It would be something like that would like give me money, or like I would have perfect makeup all the time, or like it would be like something of a very very selfish power that would just help me and only me out.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's real.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Real. You've never imagined like what your Bankai would be? Like you've never like fantasized about it? Had a dream? Pretended in your room alone?
I never like honestly, I've never just thought of one. I've never like just thought of a Bankai. I don't know why. To me, it just seems like a very hard power. Like, see, I'm very like cynical and like I always want to like control people in any of the powers that I think of. So like I would want to like control someone's body, but like they're mentally still there. So like I'm literally torturing them. Like I'm a very dark person. So it would probably be like, I don't know, yeah, like I pull it out and then yeah, you're mine, and that's it.
Why don't you pull it out?
Pause.
It's giving like
Just
Yagami, but okay.
I'm
just
very
just a
evil.
peek into her dark, twisted mind.
I'm very
The
evil.
dark, twisted mind.
Mm-mm.
It's giving Dio, but that's
So
okay.
you'd be like the
I love
villain.
that for me. That's great.
Speaking of stands, we want to talk about Rodeo Roller.
We have to talk about it. We
Yeah.
have to talk about it.
How did that idea come about, and how do you see it evolving in the future?
So I was reading Steel Ball Run, Part 7 of JoJo's, and I was just having just a great time. Like I was just really enjoying reading it, especially after what happens in part 6. And I remember just being on my story and I was like obsessed with cowboys and stuff just because of part 7. There was like this
Mm-hmm.
filter of
Right.
like a pink cowgirl hat with diamonds and rhinestones and I was like, "Oh my god, this is hilarious. This is something that they would wear in Steel Ball Run, you know, just an exaggerated like cowboy outfit." And I was
Right.
just talking
Yeah.
to my storm like, y'all, like, wouldn't it be so cute like if we just dressed up as like JoJo characters? Because that's just a thing in the community. If you're a JoJo fan, like everybody always thinks of like what their stand would be, what their outfit would be, but you don't ever have like when are you just able to just do that? So I was just like, would you
Yeah.
guys want to dress up a day and like be your own JoJo OC? And like people were like, yeah, I want to do that. And then it just started from there. And I would definitely want it to be like a physical thing that you could go to. I would love for it to
Yes.
be like a state fair
That'd be so badass.
in combination with a con. So like you could have like an artist alley, you could have like panels and stuff like that, but you could also like ride a pony. There could be like an apple bobbing competition, like state fair food.
I need fried food.
Yeah,
Fried
like
Twinkies.
fried Twinkies, fried Oreos, like
Ye-
super like rides,
yes.
like regular like carnival rides. So like I
Mm,
would really want it to be like almost like a party like that. Like I think that would be like the ultimate goal of Rodeo Roller for it to be a
that
physical
would be
thing.
so sick.
All right. We'll get on it.
All right.
Start working on it now.
Girltaku presents Rodeo Roller
Yes.
IRL.
And the rodeo roller looks this year were
Yes.
the concepts that people came up
Bro,
with.
like people are so creative and smart. I'm just every year I'm just this is our third year that we've done it and I'm like people just like up it every year. The costumes, like the themes,
Yeah, they have to.
like
Yeah.
They have to bring it even further every year because now it's like a spectacle. It's like an
yes.
event. It's
And
like
even
a
like people that don't participate, they're like, I just can't wait to like see everyone's stuff. Next year I really gotta like work on getting an actual horse. I need to get an actual horse.
that would be
I'm on
fucking
it.
crazy.
Get Kayla horse. Let me put that in my
That would
notes.
be
I mean, the looks were
crazy.
insane.
Mm-hmm.
Everything from I remember our friend Maya, she did the Legally Blonde one. And that was insane. And I remember her texting me being like, "Does it have to be musical related?" I was like, "No, as long as it's a pop
Yeah,
culture
like
reference."
literally, that's like the thing. There's no rules. Like it's just take it as far
Yeah.
as you creatively want to take it. I want it to be a day where people just have an excuse to express themselves because that's just that. I don't know if that
So
is
crazy.
important to other people as it is for me. Like how a doctor loves,
Yeah.
like, oh, I just saved someone's life. Like expressing myself creatively is just like the most amazing thing for me personally.
Yeah.
So that's just why I love that day so much.
And maybe one day a Rocky will
Oh my
notice.
god.
He'll be like, somebody will be like, "Did you know that
In America?
in in America every year people are dressing up as cowboys
Because of
because
you?
of you?"
I would die.
And now there's an IRL version and you can
I
go.
would
You can go
I would
We can
and
get
get
you
a
flued
fried
out.
cheesecake on
We
a
can
stick.
get
I
you
would
flued out.
oh god, I would fly Araki out. Oh my god,
Araki?
please. He would have a golden
Araki, if you're
we would have a
listening.
golden chair for him, a scepter, a crown, a cape,
A
Crown?
crown, cowboy hat.
paintings, whatever he wants for that weekend. He is king. He's Kami.
The golden cowboy boots. Just like presenting
Yes.
to him.
Like
We're
we'll
gonna
put
get
him
him we're gonna get him a grill too,
yes, a
like
grill,
blinged
a
out.
spotlight just on him. People can like just go up
Everybody
tip him.
bows.
Like I don't know what he wants, but like we'll give it to him.
Can we talk about how you started content creation? Because you didn't start off as a cosplayer. You didn't.
No.
What kind of content did you start off with? And how did you transition that content to where it is now?
I
I would
mean,
say
we
like you guys
know,
know
but
because
the
We
people.
know, but they don't know.
we all started, I feel like just like our whole group started like during COVID quarantine. Everyone's stuck in the house, you can't work. So you guys know, like everyone was just on there. I don't know, I just started doing because I just like anime, obviously, and I just started doing like the regular like audio TikTok type of things, just doing funny things. Then I started talking, and then for some reason that was a really big deal on my page when people just heard my voice. And I was very much a watcher of like the anime community, like creators and influencers and stuff like that. So like I would uh see cosplayers and stuff like that. I always thought that was cool, and when I was younger I would always just love dressing up, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna like do this as like a casual once in a while thing. And then it just became like I want to do this and that, and I don't know how it turned into like you're also now a cosplayer. Like it's just weird to because I just don't think about it like that because I just didn't start out that way.
Because I remember when we first became mutuals and instantly became besties, you were doing
Yes.
sketches and, making up Naruto dances during
Yes.
Truth or Dare.
Oh man, yo, that was so fun on TikTok with like the challenges back. We gotta bring that back. Like they were so fun.
We have to
But
bring it
yeah,
back.
it was like heavy.
We
It
gotta
was
bring it
very
back.
heavy sketches, and then I don't. Yeah, it just turned into people were requesting. And I look back at like my first cosplay. I did like Kimimaru. I put like a purple scarf on me, and I was just in front of my lamp. And, like it was so bad, and people were just
Damn.
like, "Oh, like do this cosplay," and I don't know. I still do. I want to get back more into my sketch bag. Like I still drop sketches, like obviously here and there, but I want to. I have a notes
Yeah.
file of just different sketches and stuff that I just have to do. I have a anime audition. I'll tell y'all, it's for Chainsaw Man, and it's like about
Ooh.
halfway there. I'm just trying to figure out how to end it. And a dating show.
It just never
Two
ends.
episodes of like
Ooh, I like the
two
dating show idea.
episodes
I remember the
two
dating show
episodes
idea.
of the dating show that are like done. I just have to film it. I literally just have to film it and like get all like at least pieces of the costumes of the guys. So yeah.
On the topic of your older content and like the beginning of your content creation journey, the OG Rinnegoddess fans know how long the love affair between you and Kakashi and now Gojo have been going on. Let's discuss. Let's discuss this.
Oh my god. Child. What it's still
need to
a
discuss
lot.
this.
It's so much. It's still and I feel like it also plays out in the in the dating show that I'm working on. But yeah, like I just love Kakashi. I love Kakashi so much. I love that he's just brave. He worries about his students. He's just an upstanding gentleman. You know what I mean? And Gojo is just like he's just that bad boy. You know what I mean? He's just that bad boy. Like he's this
Yeah.
like he came in during a time that me and Kakashi were a little bit broken, a little bit on the outs, and now he's just stuck here. And now like he's just creating problems for me and Kakashi. But it's my fault because I let him. But
Right.
you know, right now I'm broken up with
I mean,
both
but
of them.
they both stick around.
Exactly, but I'm the toxic one. That's what everyone says, but I'm the toxic one. But right now I'm broken up with both of them. So I'm not together with either one of them right now.
Who's the new one in the mix?
Well, I mean,
then?
we have Zoro, but he's always lost. Law, but like this kind of one-sided. I really don't think the only reason that he talks to me is if I ask him like a medical question. Like I was like, oh, like my allergies are acting up. Like, do you know what you could do for me? And he's just like, what? Shut up. So I'm like, okay. Shunsui from Bleach, but that's
Like,
very
I'm
long
not-
distance. We can't really, hang out like that. So
Right.
there's just a couple in the rotation. So when I'm lonely, there's at least one available.
Don't forget about Mugen.
Mugen, you know what I mean? Like it's whenever I'm lonely, at least one of them are available.
I feel like they'd all be like in a group chat.
That'd be a funny sketch.
The Kayla harem group
Would they
chat.
be proud of it, or would they be like upset? I feel like Gojo would be proud.
I feel like they would try to battle. I feel like they would try to battle to see who would actually is the better
win?
lover.
I feel like Kakashi would probably be like the only one that may be like upset. I'd be like, what? But I feel like Gojo, I feel like Shunsui, they would like take this as an opportunity, like, yeah, no, I'm gonna win. Like, y'all can try, I'm gonna win.
I could see that being your next content series, just like a fanfic of what like a group chat between all your lovers would be like.
Or like a meeting. Like they would all like be together, like show up almost like an AA meeting to discuss.
They have like a monthly like council
Every
where they distribute
every
their
second
duties.
Tuesday of the month. They get together and discuss what they have to do.
Gojo
just
would
gave me an
causing
idea.
problems every single
Kayla's
time.
harem, new sketch. I'll write it down. What was that? Oh my god, what was that? Like Jocelyn's Cabaret, like Kayla's anime 2D husband Cabaret.
I feel like Kayla's Cabaret sounds like
Kayla's Cabaret is good. I like that. Who's TM? Who's working the pole this weekend? Who's gonna hand out the snacks this weekend? Who's on wing duty at the cat? Yeah, oh no, it's already written.
So it's also a running joke in the anime community that liking these older characters mean that you have daddy issues or whatever that means. Let's talk about breaking the myths on what your anime crush says about you.
Oh no.
Because listen, if we were to wrap up my taste in anime men, people are like, you okay, well, they're like, you are mentally ill. That's true, but that has nothing to do with it. But they're like, oh, you must have like daddy issues, like, and I'm like, first of all, I'm 30. It's like either you're a pedophile or you have daddy
There's
issues.
really no in between. Like I don't know what they want us to pick.
I just respect the older men looking the way they do. Who am I to say that Captain Burns ain't fine?
That's how they were.
Say Soma's daddy ain't fine.
That's how they were
it's
drawn.
It's not your fault. That's the way they were drawn.
That's not my fault.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing in that studio. They know. It's either, kids or grown-ass men. Like, I don't... So it was like a list, and it was like, oh, like, what about Ichigo? I'm like, Ichigo is like my nephew. I'm dating his father. Like, I go to his basketball games. Like, his father... Yeah. This is a different story. Shunsui, he's like, what? Over 1,000 years old. Shinji, that's a hot take. People don't like Shinji, but I don't know. His 64 teeth just do it for me.
Shinji
that Bob,
the Bob,
he got a custom cut and color. Okay, he got it done. I feel like he gets his hair pressed not every 2 weeks. He goes every week and a half. He don't even let it lapse. He gets it done all the time. Roots touched up, pressed, good.
What gets me is when like a new character, like a new hot character will come out, and then like people will be like, oh my god, he's 24. What a dilf.
Like,
dilf where? Where's the
dilf
D?
Where?
Where's
the D?
I'm not getting that. Like they were like, because first of all, Nanami, I think he's like 27, like 27, 28 or something like that. And they were like, what a dilf, like What an old man. I'm like, he is not old. Like, what?
There is also like people like to joke around about how like what your kinks may be depending on your anime crush. So it's like, oh, if you simp for so and so, then you have a praise kink, or if you simp for so and so, then you must like to be tied up and fucking. And I'm like, whoa,
Whoa.
whoa, whoa,
Bold of
whoa.
you to assume.
Back it up, back it up, back it up.
It's just a well drawn
Yes.
fictional 2D character.
Let's not go that far.
Literally.
I'm
You're
like,
not about to tell me about my life just because I sent for freaking
True.
the
Yeah.
Spike Spiegel.
just because I'm a Hisoka fucker does not mean you could talk to me that way.
Like for like Spike, I feel like they would like be like, oh, you probably like cigarettes being put out on you or something like that.
Yeah, no, they say
Like,
stuff like that.
What?
They say stuff like, no, someone has said something like that to me. They're like, so you like cigarette
Like,
smokers?
maybe I
Actually,
just like
no.
that he's in a
In real
suit
life,
and
no.
he's cool. Like what?
Not just see him take out that
Like,
dude. That was
okay,
badass.
that's very extreme.
Right.
Maybe that's what you like, because maybe you're telling all yourself. This is like,
Or it's like when Lo says that she sims for Koro Sensei, and then people are like, "Oh, you must be
right?
into
No,
tentacles."
they don't
It's
get
like,
it. It's the
don't talk to her
energy
like
that
that.
he gives off, and he was in a human body. Like we
Yeah.
did see him,
He
but
had
no,
a
it's
human
just
form. He was human
his
first before
voice
he
and
was
his energy. You know what I mean? But no, yeah, people look at me crazy. I'm like y'all never liked Piccolo? What? Okay, just me.
On a separate note, back to who you are as a content creator. You've been a special guest and an attendee at quite a few conventions now. You're stoking the soap. What? What?
She's the famous friend, y'all. She
This is a
is.
famous friend, y'all. What is a hot take you have about convention panels and the overall con experience? Where do you think that things are going wrong?
I feel like now I feel like I've only been to a few. I was never the person when I was younger to go to cons, so like I've been going to cons like
Oh, yeah.
since I've been like a creator. But just me, one, I just feel like y'all need better food. That's just one. There needs to be better food. And two, I feel like there needs to be more things to do, because I feel like me personally, like I'm just not like a panel person. Like I'll go to something, like it has to be something that I'm very interested in. Like I just don't feel like just sitting through like anything and like just hearing, like I like an activity or something. Like
Yeah.
I feel like there needs to be other things going on, and I have gone to a con where they did have things like they had like a K-pop free dance class. They had a Ghibli embroidery class. But you know what I mean? Things that are more like activities rather than like you just sitting there like I'm in
Yeah.
class and like let me just listen and like take notes, I guess. Like I feel like if there was more activities and like
Yeah.
fun things going on, like put some rides outside or something. Like put some like carnival games outside. Once I walk around like Artist Alley and like, you know, if I do go to like a panel that day, then I'm like, all right, I'm done. Let's go. What else is there for me to do? You know what I mean?
We gotta get you some DreamCon insurance though, because this is the second time now you've been sick at DreamCon.
God, yo, I can't. If you would have told me
We
that
gotta get you
that
some
my kidney
insurance.
stones were gonna act up at a con, I would have been like, "You're fucking lying." Like I did not, and everyone at the hospital was like, they were like, "Wait, what?" Because they obviously could tell that I'm not from there, and they're like, "Are you here on vacation?" I'm like, "I'm literally just here for the weekend." I literally like ripped my wig off, undid my braids, and I was still like in Robin makeup in the emergency room. And somebody like on Twitter was like, "I saw Rinnegoddess in the emergency room. I hope she's okay."
I heard it wasn't like that organized, but then again, not a lot of cons are. I
Yeah.
feel like that's where things can be a lot better, especially now in the age of like influencers and like
I feel like we're kind of like in uncharted territory right now. So the next few, well, also con tickets are like so expensive now. Like, what is going on? So,
No, Anime NYC, y'all was bugging when y'all first dropped those
chill. I saw
prices.
my influencer badge got
Love y'all, though.
approved. I was like, oh, chill. Because if it wasn't, I would have been at home. Because what? It's sold out and it's expensive.
Right.
Chill.
I got the
Feel like
influencer
maybe
badge
in
too.
the next couple of years,
Can't relate.
they could like think of something where it's just all cons be like a little bit more organized. But I feel like there's more people going to cons more than ever now. So
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like we're going through
Right.
like a renaissance or something like that.
We're now entering the games and activities segment of the Girltaku Show, where we play a couple cute little games with our guests. Our first game we have is called I'll Drink to That. This game is where we have to try and come up with a drinking game that you can play by scrolling through anime Twitter or TikTok. For example, a drinking game that would get us all drunk is if we took a shot every time we saw someone trying to debate what the big three is.
Oh,
Oh, I can feel
okay.
I can feel the hangover.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm under the table.
Yeah, I'm swimming. Like, okay, I get this. I have one. Taking a shot every time you see Sakura hate. You're gonna be drunk.
Mm, yep.
You're gonna be drunk. You're done.
And even if you
Yeah.
wanted to make it just a little bit harder, just like unsolicited out of nowhere,
Yeah.
Sakura hate.
My I drink to that. It's definitely a TikTok related one, but it would be take a shot every time you see a Starfire cosplayer use that one audio.
You have
Wait,
to
which
use
one?
it.
The star,
Fire,
the fire,
the fire.
the alien
With
face,
my alien attire.
the
I'm
alien face with
not
my
gonna
alien
You
lie.
have
I'm
to
not
use
gonna
it
lie.
though.
I would do that.
Guilty, because I've definitely used it. But you have to use it. You have to use it. I love Teen Titans Go.
This one is like an obvious one. Take a shot every time you see that image of Flynn with the swords at his throat.
Oh my god, yo. I can't. Every time I see that picture, I run from it. I scroll. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of seeing it.
And you know what is even the worst is when the meme, like, it starts out with Flynn, right? The original image. And then we go through the rotation of what's your opinion about XYZ. And then the image will change to like Gojo with the swords. And then we go through the same
Yes.
rotation of the same questions. And then now it's that image of what's his name?
Yeah,
Kevin. What the fuck is his
fuck,
name?
what is it? Kevin James. No, that's him.
Is it Kevin James? Kevin James.
Yeah. And now it's him in there.
And now it's the same
But it's the
things
same
over and
questions.
over again. Because people just want to argue. I can't. If I was president, I would take away people's opinions. I said this on stream the other day. If I was president, I'm taking away everyone's right to have an opinion, and you're gonna have to take a standardized test to get it back.
Take a shot anytime a guy on Twitter complains about a woman who watches anime being thirsty over a scene
Child,
from any character. Because when the Gojo shit happened, the amount of men that were like, yo, let it go. Or the Nanami.
this has been like a rant just every week.
I'll do you one better every time a new like sussy JJK scene comes out. Take a shot every time you see the same edit and the same joke
Yes.
in the same
Oh my
day.
god. The past month has just been like the same thing. Just recycled.
Take a shot anytime someone's like, I'm a Nana girl looking for my berserk boy. Stop.
Take a shot every time a man tries to correct you whenever you tweet something or put out a video on TikTok. You're gonna be drunk. You're gonna be drunk. I don't know what it is about them that like just the like I'll literally say like, oh yeah, Kakashi is the sensei of Team 7. They'll be like, no, Team 7 sensei is Kakashi. It's like, yeah, that's what I said. Why are you trying to correct me? We both agree on the same thing.
That's enough drinking games to get us good and drunk. For those watching at home, drink responsibly.
Please.
Feel
Please
free
do.
to try out these games for yourself. Let us know in the comments below if you are still alive.
All right, so this second game is called Bad Faith Debates. We will pit two anime characters against each other and debate why one would win over the other. So, a great example that we have for this is the all time classic Sailor Moon versus Goku. Power Scalar's typing right now.
Sailor Moon versus Goku. That was like the best time of my life when I cosplayed Sailor Moon and I like purposely made like Sailor Moon shitting on Goku content. It's like the best. That was honestly the best. I'm picking Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon versus Goku. It's obviously Sailor Moon. Like anybody that says otherwise
Moon.
has not watched Sailor Moon all the way to the end. I'm sorry.
Honestly, any magical
girly
Goku. I'm gonna pick
like
the
you don't have a shot in hell. Like I'm sorry, like I know that Goku is strong, but my girl is universal,
Right.
dimensional, multiverse, like whatever you could think. Multiversal, like it's a wrap. Like I'm sorry, like it's over for you.
It's not like we're doing like hand-to-hand combat.
At that point, no. Like, I'm sorry. Changing colors, screaming. You could go through all the colors of the rainbow and scream as loud as you want. It's not going to help you. I'm sorry. Sailor Moon all the way.
I think I've seen this on Twitter. I don't know. Zoro versus Kenpachi.
Okay, so are we talking straight like swordsmanship? No Bankai
Do we bring
or anything like that?
Zoro may not be able to see Kenpachi? Because I always bring that up with Bleach characters because I'm like, well, is anybody even going to be able to see Bleach characters?
That's true too. Like there's so many factors.
And then his spiritual pressure.
That's
like
true.
his spiritual pressure is gonna do something before they even start clanking swords.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm like, there's so many factors. I'm like, I feel like that's not fair.
It's not fair. You just gotta pick one and rock with it.
I'm picking Kenpachi. Honestly, Kenpachi's one of my favorite characters
like
to begin
ever,
with.
ever.
So, like, I'm just rocking. I'm rocking with Kenpachi. He might not be rocking with me.
Yeah.
He'd probably be like, you weakling. And I'd be like,
You weak
yeah.
ass
I just want I would love if he just like tossed
You
me
weak
around.
ass
I would love
bitch.
that. But I'll go with Kenpachi. I feel like a Kenpachi would at least talk to me, where Zoro would just ignore me. So I'm gonna go with Kenpachi just off that.
I got a Rinnegoddess related
Oh,
one. Gojo versus Kakashi.
They're gonna bring this up at the next meeting.
They are. They're gonna talk. They were gonna want me to give an answer. Gojo versus Kakashi. I mean, you know, my heart may want to say Kakashi, but I feel like Gojo has it, like, easily. Like, not easily, because, like, but yeah. Like, I'm so, like, you're not getting. I don't feel like Kakashi wouldn't fight him stupidly. I feel like he would figure out his infinity. I don't know how that would, like, work. I don't know if his Sharingan would be able to do anything to Gojo. You know, I don't know, but I mean, because, you know, I guess because it works on anyone that has chakra, if you want to consider that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't know, yo. For the safe bet, I may just pick Gojo. I feel like what even a crazier one would be Gojo and Giorno, because what he has Requiem, it's like who wins in that battle, because you're not touching Gojo because of his infinity. You have domain expansion, but if you go against Giorno's will, like that's literally all you have to do. So like, are they going to be fighting forever? Like that one, I don't know. Like that, yeah, they're.
And Giorno's got a better fit.
You know, Giorno. I feel like Giorno should win just because he has a better outfit. You know, just because he has a better outfit. That's just my opinion.
Let's do Ichigo versus
Ah!
Naruto.
That broke Kayla.
She's like cracking at the seams.
Her heart went.
Oh, not my kids.
That's how power
My
scalers feel
baby.
when they're like
Oh my
typing.
god. Yeah.
They're like,
I used to not understand because like I would always see like those like scales and like people would have Ichigo over Naruto and I'd be like, "What?" And like I didn't like why was it like all the way caught up on Bleach? Like I didn't like know. I still haven't read Bleach, but like I kind of know to the point that where he gets to. Now I can see where people would put Ichigo stronger than Naruto. I could definitely see that. And then just going inside with what I always say, it's like, well, is Naruto even going to see Ichigo? Like, if we're gonna, do it right, then it's like you really can't see Bleach characters. Just like the spiritual pressure alone, they're gonna be like, what? So,
but he could see Ichigo though, right? Because he's like human too.
I guess, yeah,
But not when he uses his Bankai. Or would he still
yeah.
see
Because
him
if
when he
he's
uses his
like,
Bankai?
would that count? Either way, I still think that Ichigo, and it's not by a lot. I feel like Ichigo is, just maybe a little bit more like.
I'm gonna pick Ichigo. I have read the manga. I'm gonna pick
There you
Ichigo.
go. I'm backed up. I feel good now. Y'all can't
I'm
cancel
gonna
me.
pick
Y'all can't
Ichigo.
cancel me. Ah!
This is our last segment of the Girltaku Show where we get a
Yeah.
little real, we give some advice, and we talk about our personal experiences. We're calling it Realtaku. Just made that up.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Realtaku TM.
TM.
So during the Realtaku segment of the Girltaku Show, we get a little bit deep. We have some honest conversations in a very safe space, and we talk about things that, other people out there may be going through as well. Our first question that we have for you is, as a woman of color in cosplay, you're subjected to a lot of weird, sexist, and oftentimes racist comments. How do you deal with that mentally, and when do you feel like it's appropriate to clap back?
How do I deal with it? I mean, I don't really know. I don't really, because I mean, there's not really like a guidebook on how to deal with it, even just in your regular life. It's just kind of disappointing. I would say, at least for me, it's disappointing but not surprising, because any type of like community of anything is going to reflect the outside world, and in a sense that the outside world is racist, it's bigoted, it's sexist. So being in like, oh, the comic community or the anime or the sports industry or something like that, that's your
Yeah.
kind of like, oh, your relief, your safe space. And then when it happens to you, you're just like, oh, I forgot this is also the real world. I forgot I'm still going to deal with, people being sexist, people being racist. So I just kind of think of it like that it's just kind of, you deal with racism in your regular life.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that it's like in the cosplay community, the anime community, or any community. It's I hate to say, you just can't let it bother you. You know what I mean? Like, you still have to keep on
Yeah.
going. Like, you still have to do what you want to do. Just like in real life, like you're still gonna go after that job. You're still gonna, do whatever you want to do. It's the same with like cosplaying and making content. And clapping back, it's just kind of whatever I feel like it. Honestly,
Yeah.
I've narrowed it down to when I could like get content out of it. So sometimes, because if you're gonna be nasty and rude to me, and if you're, you want this little shine, because anytime you reply
Right.
to a comment and like you reply to it, they always delete it because then they start getting hate. So it's like, all right, if you want to show your ass, this is your circus. So it's like anytime I have something where it's like I could put you on display as being a horrible, disgusting person, I'm gonna do that. So like
Yeah.
I'm that petty, but I feel like you know, you just kind of, it's sad to say, but like you just kind of like, you just have to expect it. It doesn't make it hurt any less. It doesn't soften it anymore, because there are cosplays that like I've done, like I did Robin, and I think Robin was
Mm,
like the absolute worst that I've ever been attacked for a cosplay.
mm,
Right.
And like, you know, obviously like there was a lot of love with anything, there's a lot of love, but you're always going to have those negative comments like stand out to you, that you're a human, and that's just what's going to happen. You're always just going to focus on the negative. But like,
yeah.
I, on one of my
Yeah.
videos, I still haven't like silenced it. I like turned off the comments because it was just like so many racist comments that I was just like I don't know what to do. It was just annoying, like to the point of just seeing it constantly. So I just
Yeah.
like I just turned off the comments. But I mean, and it like it did for a little bit. Like I didn't want to like cosplay like specifically One Piece characters and like One Piece women characters,
Mm.
because that fan base is like very rabid.
Like, and porn
Yes,
addicted.
it's like
Like,
The
ridiculous.
little
And
gremlins.
yeah, like take a shot every time someone's like, "Oh, you're missing
yes.
something."
And like you're talking about my
You're
boobs or
missing
something. It's like,
something.
sorry, I don't have literal 2 watermelons as my boobs. Like that's just not how I look. I'm sorry. But,
Lowe's
but
like,
like right. You do, but
Honestly, it's not even all of what it's wrapped up to
right.
be. Honestly,
he's like,
honestly.
honestly, I'm blessed. Y'all don't want this. But and I was saying, I was like, I'm never gonna cosplay like One Piece women again, but it's like, you know what? I just gotta do what I gotta do. Like people are just gonna be rude and
Yeah.
sexist and mean, but you have to do you.
I think just being like an Asian woman, I don't get as many of like the racist
Mm-hmm.
comments, but I definitely do get like a lot of comments about my
Mm-hmm.
body. Whenever I cosplay a female character, it's like my boobs aren't big enough.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I do a gender bent cosplay of a male character, suddenly it's like so sexy
Mm-hmm.
because like I gave a male
Yeah.
character boobs. Now my boobs are so
Mm-hmm.
huge.
Mhm.
Yep.
Like, do you know how many sexual innuendos people can come up with about a Rock Lee with
Oh my
boobs?
god. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Drink some water. Touch some
It's
grass.
like,
Honestly, touch some fucking
just take
grass.
this cosplay, please. Like how quick it could shift. Because for some reason, as weird as this is, because Robin like literally wears like a crop top and is more
Mhm.
covered up. But I was like so flat, so ugly, like black, black, blah, blah, blah. And when I cosplayed Nami, that literally wears a
Mhm.
bikini top, it was a bunch of like, yachts! I was like, what? I'm like, I'm literally showing more skin, and now all of a sudden, like, no small boob comments. I'm like, I don't want any comments about my boobs anyway, but I'm just like, I just don't get it.
Right.
It's just whatever the flavor of how the community feels at that time. Like, do we feel like talking about this cosplayer's
Mhm.
body? Yes, let's attack them. This week, no, let's just praise them.
It's crazy because I know, like, for me, I did 28 Days of Black cosplay, and
Bless you.
like,
I cannot do that many cosplays.
never again. But it was crazy seeing, like, even during that, like, that was like the first time I genuinely got hate comments for the color of my skin. And I was like, I've had bits and pieces,
Mm,
but it was the first time I was like, oh,
Yeah.
mm,
It
I was
hurts.
like, it hurts. I'm like,
it's
damn.
not fun.
It's
That's how you know that you ate it too. When the
no,
racists
it's
get a hold of it, I'm like, oh. Pfft. When the racists finally
no.
got to my gyro cosplay, I was like, oh, it's a hit.
Ooh.
I made it. Yes.
And it's crazy to me when it's fandoms where it's like One Piece, right? And like the Luffy, like
Oh
whenever a black person
God.
cosplays Luffy, and it's like
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
his gear 4 went a little
Yeah.
too like,
Too much hockey.
you realize, like, Oda created this, and I'm like, if Oda saw your
Oh my
comments right
God.
now,
Yeah.
he'd be fucking
Like new
disgusted. If
power
Luffy saw
scaling.
your comments.
Yeah, new power scaling.
Yeah.
Luffy versus
Oh
racist
my
person on the
God.
internet.
your favorite MC
Yeah,
would hate
for
you.
for a
Realize that,
show
right?
that's about like friendship, discovering new like people, cultures, different ways of life, it is like one of the most
Yeah.
sexist, racist fan bases I've ever encountered. And people have like tried to say like,
Yeah.
oh, like it's just Twitter, it's Instagram. No, I'm telling you, I've cosplayed a lot of
Yep.
characters from a
No.
lot of different things, and I always have to brace myself when it's even One Piece content. Whenever it's something with One Piece, I just have to like brace myself because the influx of racist, sexist
Mhm.
comments that I get, I mean, shoots
Mhm.
up
It's
2000%.
like it's giving Celestial Dragon Court. Like
Yes.
Yes.
that is how the Straw Hats would look at you.
Mhm.
When I did my Aki cosplay, that was the most praise I've ever gotten. I was like, Chainsaw Man fandom just be chilling.
Chainsaw
They are
Man.
porn
They
addicted
are,
though. They are
yeah.
porn
They're
addicted. I
very,
They
will
they're
are
very
say.
porn addicted.
horny, but they are
Yeah.
pretty nice.
We've all known each other since the beginning of our content creation journeys. Like literally besties.
Like
I cannot
in
stress that
in
enough.
diapers, in our TikTok diapers, like
Diapers. Like
Diapers.
we are literally like those are my best friends. They're both bad bitches. Um and it's been amazing seeing how much you've grown and gained so much recognition, and it's honestly recognition that you deserve, and you do so much
s-
when it comes to cosplaying, streaming, brand deals, being engaged with your community that you've created. How do you balance all of that?
It's a lot. I feel like it's a lot, and like I can't even say like, oh, this is how I deal with it, because like I feel like I'm in the middle of like figuring out how to deal with it because it's very
hmm.
new, because just in like the past year, because I started, making content during like COVID, and that's when I was still full-time at work, and but now it's more so like, okay,
Right.
this is like part of my job, like this is part of my career,
Mm-hmm.
so now it's like really different. And I'm working from home a lot. I still go into work and do my dental thing like 2 days a week, but then I'm at home, so trying to put myself on a schedule has been like the hardest thing I've been trying to do, because I'm kind of like my own boss in a sense. So it's like, okay, like I can stream whenever I want, I can edit whenever I want, I can cosplay whenever I want, but I actually have to be like diligent and
Discipline.
disciplined and like do that and like make the guidelines that I set for myself. So I feel like that's the hardest part, is like just trying to schedule myself and like make time for everything. But I don't know if I'm really like navigating it well or succeeding in it, but I mean I'm living through it.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out what like the happy medium is for everything. I'm
Yeah.
surviving. So
Yeah. She is doing her
I'm doing
best.
my best.
You're making that stream schedule. Like I know a lot of people, including myself, are like, all right, see you next week on the stream. Never streams again.
I try to really be consistent, and unless like I'm sick or something like tragic happens, but like I'm trying to be on there like more times during the week than not. It's a lot to edit. It's a one woman show, so it's like having to edit everything is
Yeah.
like this is why I see why people have teams. Like I need a team, but I need money for a team, because a lot of people think I have money, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where you think I'm getting all this money from.
You're like,
I think
first
that's
of
a big
all,
I think that's a big
I'm a
thing.
woman and a woman of color. Like we're not getting paid like you think.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Glass ceiling go crazy.
yes,
Glass ceiling go
like, you
so
know what I
fucking
mean?
crazy.
Like, I don't know, like, what people think it is out here, but yeah, like, no. I live very
Mhm.
modestly. I still, man, I have my coupons, bitch. I got a Target Circle, put my little coupons. I be loading up my digital coupons. Like, whenever I'm
Yep.
online shopping, I see the delivery, and I'm like, $12 delivery? No. I afterpay everything. Everything is broken up in 4 payments. I'm not paying any. If I could split $5 into 4 payments, I will.
Mm.
Me every single time. I did that earlier with new shoes.
That's actually so real. That's
Real,
so
so
real.
real.
You need to get like an agent or something. I feel like you're there.
I mean, right now I do have someone that's my manager and they like are seeking like deals and things for me like that. So that gives me a little bit more peace of mind that I have someone like looking out for, deals for me and things like that. When I was at New York Comic Con for the Kaiju number 8 anime announcement thing, like she got me like that deal with Crunchyroll and everything like that. So, luckily I have
That's
someone
awesome.
looking out for me for like things like that and like just kind of helping like trying to build a brand and everything. It's all new to me. Like I don't like people talk to me like I'm like in the game 10 years. Like I'm not a King Vader, I'm not a RDC, I don't know anything. So you know what I mean, and I'm not at that level yet at all, so I'm just trying to like
Right.
navigate and learn and just try to make my little way. Also I have to just have to be aware of the avenue that I'm in. Like I said, like I'm a black woman. I'm a person of color in a certain niche community. I'm
Mhm.
not the most marketable. There was something that just happened recently that kind of reminded me, oh yeah, you're black. I don't want to
Mm.
go into detail about it because I don't want to like blow up like a brand or like a spot or anything like that, but it was like something that could have been for me that like someone else couldn't do, and it's like, I could easily fit that slot, but I was just like, but what is the difference? And I'm like,
Mm.
okay. It may
Mhm.
be because of that. Because not
Mhm.
only am, I'm POC, this is the way that I come off. I'm not like poggers per se. You know what I mean? Like I come off very like East Coast Philly. Like I come off
That is probably one of the funniest things I've ever heard. I'm not, how do you poggers per se.
like I understand. I
Right.
understand like the
Right.
demographic that I would be received well to and who I may not be well received to. I understand that and I get that. I mean that's what comes with it, because sometimes I may work with somebody that's like, okay, well we love what you do and like your personality that you bring that. So it's like,
Right.
eh, well
Yeah,
yeah.
I think they
I
also probably think about, like, who your
Yes,
audience may
exactly.
be.
You're like your
Yeah.
demographic. So I mean, I can definitely, I can see that. But yeah, I don't gotta like that. People are crazy. It's just weird because like the way that like people will like talk to me, like like give me like little praises and everything, and it's like very nice. But like some of the shit that people say to me, I'm like, I'm sorry, but I just either you dicky in or like you glazing, because I really just don't see myself like that. I feel like in terms of like what I want to like do and accomplish like creatively, like I've just not even hit halfway of what I want to do. You know what I mean? So it's like okay,
Yeah.
like I appreciate
Yeah.
it, like I completely appreciate it, but people are like, you like talk down on yourself so much, but I just feel like I'm like running a marathon. Like I feel like I had like so much that I want to do and like
Yeah.
grow creatively wise that it's just like I just can't think of myself. I just can't be like,
Right.
"Oh,"
Yeah.
I just think of like,
Yeah,
Mhm.
people see, well, because people only see the end product. They
yeah.
don't see, like, everything that you do or have done.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think that's a big issue and like just like consumer of people like consuming content is they always just see the end
Yeah.
product. And they're always just wowed at that like end product that they don't think about
Yeah.
Everything to do to
and
get
seeing
there, and
like
then yeah.
exactly. And then so like as soon as you put out content, they're like, "Oh, what about this? What about this? What about this?" And it's like, whoa.
My rodeo roller cosplay, for 2 weeks, I had to shape that
Oh
cage
my
skirt.
god.
The hoop skirt the
That
hoop
hoop
skirt,
skirt looked
I
insane.
spent
I don't even wanna know.
I had to spend 2
I
weeks
don't wanna know.
shaping it because it was all dented and bent. I'm like, every day I made sure I went to check on it every few hours, flipped it over, flipped it
And, like, people
over.
don't know,
It's
like,
like
they don't
hanging
see
from my
that.
lamp. And then when I posted the pictures finally, I didn't notice until like the next day. One of the bows fell off of this skirt. And then I'm like, I'm just gonna
Mm,
freaking kill myself.
And see, I
literally.
didn't
And
even
even like and
notice.
it's like stuff like
I didn't even
that.
notice.
Then like making props, like when I made my Harley Quinn hammer, that took days. Just cause like that was just like a journey in itself trying to like navigate like how to even just make that. And then when I made my Benimaru mob, that took so many hours.
God.
It's so much hot glue. My hands were on
I'm
fire.
trying to build Toji's worm right now. God bless me. We'll see how that comes
Oh
out.
my god.
All right, that is everything that we have for our premiere episode of the Girltaku Show. Thank you, Rinnegoddess, for being our very
Thank
Yes,
you
first
thank
guest.
guys.
Is there anything that you want to say before we go?
I just want to say if you, whatever you want to do, even if it is content creation or not, just do it. You don't need the perfect setup. You don't need big, bells, whistles going on. You just literally need to start. You just need an idea and just stick to it, be consistent, and do what you want. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, your age, anything. Do what you want to do and have fun doing it. And also watch and read Undead Unluck.
And
And
JoJo's.
JoJo's! Watch JoJo's, please!
Thanks again, everyone, for watching the Girltaku Show. We're your hosts. I'm Pika, aka Pika Swoosh.
And I'm Lo, aka Radiantly Low. And see you next time. Bye.